Hello everyone, I'm Brian. Today I'm reacting to Kailash with Sadhguru 2021, A Journey of a Lifetime. So in this video, I don't think I'm going to be talking too much. I don't want to do too many of these videos because I feel like I'm just stealing his content and just posting it on my channel without saying anything. So, and Sadhguru is kind of the exception just because of his rules that he has on YouTube. Also, throughout this entire video, you may see certain sections that might be muted. So understand that because there's music in here, it seems questionable, but I can't mute, like, you know, in time probably, but I have to get YouTube to kind of mute those sections hopefully. But anyways, let's go ahead and start this journey of a lifetime. CC's on, let's go ahead. That's actually pausing already. Oh crap. Back where I'm from, we had waterfalls too, and I do remember in the bottom of the waterfalls a pool that we would swim in. I kind of miss it a little bit. I just, as secluded as that is, I wonder if anyone would, or if it's safe to go underneath there just to bathe in it.
This is a route where some carried salt upon their shoulders and walked. Some walked carrying Shiva in their heart.
It's COVID times, you know?
Finally, I heard that this was happening. I jumped at it.
Nobody can stop a willing human being, not even Shiva.
Such an incredible journey, blew me away.
This is a phenomena that has answers for everything in the universe. That's Kailash.
We've been here in Dvaraka, and it's been an absolutely incredible experience. This property is on a hill and everything has been so tastefully and holistically built. The scenery is amazing. You see the entire vista of the hills, and on a clear day you even see the Himalayas. Beautiful surroundings. And this is a perfect place to quarantine because it's really allowed us to acclimate.
Me and my wife were lucky to come here.
It is our first trekking.
Absolutely, and we're very excited to be in this group with Sadhguru. I think it would be one of the best experiences in our life.
If this trip was going to be a go, I wanted to be a part of the experience. I want to experience what Kailash is, what being beyond means, to have that profound experience of life.
So excited for the possibilities that will be awaiting for us.
I don't think I've ever stayed in a place so beautiful, almost like a paradise in so many ways. Everyone who greeted us and who met us were so full of hospitality and warmth.
Ждешь чего-то волшебного, и, конечно, мы ждем, когда начнется завтрашнее приключение.
It's good practice climbing up to the yoga center. It's good acclimatization for the onward trek.
So where you're heading now?
To the satsang hall.
ready to leave on our yatra to Kailash. So excited for the possibilities that will be awaiting for us.
So I wonder what this is for. Just something to clear your mind?
The feeling makes me hesitate. You can't take me down.
New backpack. I'm also very excited to see what comes next.
Anytime you get to be in Sadhguru's presence is always something that's really meaningful. Just being at the start of this journey and just wondering what he would say about it and how it's going to be, you know, there's just a lot of anticipation leading up to that.
Can't make out who is who. What else are you guys doing here? Who are you?
Anjali.
With lungs and legs?
Yes, you are ready.
You just arrived? Good to see you.
Shivanage bandhana Yogeshwara Shivanage bandhana Bhuteshwara bandhana Madheva Bahrupiya Kandhano Kandhano Ijivya. Namaskaram to everyone. Strange times to be traveling, huh? Wearing the mask and working up this thing, already I'm feeling like I'm in altitude. With your mask and everything, I don't know who you are. So please introduce yourself and how come you're on this trip? What made you this crazy?
I just want to experience everything you offer us. I don't want to miss anything.
I just read 17 Days of Sadhguru and everything in me said yes.
Why am I here? Well, clearly because I'm crazy. So I want to go to Kailash to transform into a different type of crazy.
What's that? English crazy to Nepali crazy?
Maybe Tamil crazy.
My dream at least once in this lifetime. And it's seriously your grace that I'm here.
I wanted to come here and I thought, can I do it with my age and all of that? And I said, I'm going. I think I said something like anything there is to know in life is stored in the mountain.
But you know this time we're 50 kilometers away from the mountain.
But I said with you that doesn't matter actually.
You do not know how life is happening, isn't it? Hello? You know few processes, but you do not know how this is happening. How is this alive here in the middle of nowhere? You don't know nothing. So, if you see yourself, instead of comparing yourself to the person sitting next to you, compare yourself to the cosmos, you become nothing. then you're on pilgrimage. That's the idea, to become like nothing. If you cannot become nothing, at least become small. This is the way to go upon a pilgrimage. You don't know anything.
I wanted to answer that question he asked earlier. It's like, why are you here? If I were to have gone to something like that, especially if I get a chance to go to Chattanooga, to go to Sadhguru's place over there, or even to go to Swami in New York City, or I don't know where Tadat Mananda is at. I haven't looked up where he's at, but I guess for Sadhguru, I would say I'm here to experience things and to see what happens. Basically, it's very simple, you know, basically experiencing life. You know, you can't go into life thinking certain things are going to happen. The only thing you can really do is just to experience what happens, how it happens. You have some control, but a lot of it is out of control. That's weird to say, but yes, to experience it and to see what happens.
When you don't know anything, you will bow down to everything. If you go like this, you are on a true pilgrimage. The next few days, you must use this as a pilgrimage. It is not a tour, it's not a picnic, it's not a trek, it is a pilgrimage. The purpose of pilgrimage is, you want to wear yourself out. I'm just telling you, you have trapped yourself. An intelligence that should have been liberating, unfortunately has become a trap, simply because of wrong approach. A pilgrimage is a place to fix that approach. If you fix this approach, every day, every step will be pilgrimage in your life. It's not just a few days, always. So, you have to take off your mask, not your corona mask, you keep it. Your mask that you carry in your society, you must take it off. You must just walk as life, not as a man, not as a woman, not as this or that, simply. Like the breeze is blowing, like that you must walk. If you walk like this, I will be with you in every step, and we'll do something that you have not imagined possible. It's not a promise, this is only a possibility.
Giving us the sutra ceremony was something. As soon as this was tied on me, I just felt this intense throbbing. Like the rest of the day, there was a physical feeling. I could just feel this intense throbbing. I knew it was very, very powerful. Whatever was going to happen, I knew I was protected. He was completely with us.
Now there's strings attached through the journey to Kailash, and that's when we got this, which was the Abhaya Sutra. He was talking about how we were all going to be safe and totally feel at ease with the situation, and really felt like there was a string connecting me to Sadhguru, to everyone around. I had my eyes closed, I was tapped on the shoulder, I went up to Sadhguru and the brahmacharis, they tied this on, and it really felt like the journey had begun.
It was just a normal hall when we sat, but once he started his process, something tremendous happened.
And he told us that night, whatever was going to happen, he was going to take care of us. That really has helped me relax through this whole journey.
So, tomorrow we're moving towards Simikot. Getting to Simikot itself is a bit exciting. The Simikot, airstrip, not an airport, just an airstrip, is made in such a way, there's one mountain peak like this, another like this, here is the airstrip. These are spectacular mountains, they're very exciting treks. There is a certain beauty to these spaces, there's a certain spiritual significance to these spaces. So we are walking through a very significant, historically significant pathway. We will see how to create atmospheres for you, but you must create the atmosphere, it's very important. Namaskar.
after taking the flight, and then because Sadhguru had already told about the semi-coat, so I think everybody had the thing going on in their mind, and then the rain started and the weather became so unpredictable that we'll be coming here or not. But yeah, the weather has completely cleared up. We had a safe landing. We're in Simikot right now. We've just arrived, and that you see there is basically the airstrip. So it was a very exciting landing for us. Just look around. It's mountains and greenery and fog. Couldn't ask anything better. It's like sleeping in nature.
I guess it is. I mean, it's kind of, I would say it's kind of, I want to say weird, but it's kind of, I guess it is weird for people who live in the city to go out and look at nature and say, wow, this is amazing. And it's kind of sad at the same time, but you know, it makes sense when you lived in the city for so long that it, looking at nature just seems so amazing when, I wouldn't say that it's not, it's just that it's always there, but they just never notice it. And I was thinking about saying this, and basically where I was born, how he lives in mountainsides, where how do I say, where I guess my people, half of my people I suppose, live in a hillside too, where there's lots of hills and you see the clouds rolling over the hills. It's so cool, and it is really beautiful. But the population, when I went home, there was lots of buildings being built on the hillside, and it's kind of losing that beauty because of course you're gonna have to chop down the trees, and then you see all these houses, and it's just a mismatch of colors. There's no uniformity in the buildings. It's just whatever they can piece together for the most part. Like whenever they were showing at the very beginning the nice houses in the mountain range, from what I last remembered, it's just concrete houses with so many different, it's like a rainbow of colors. And it's kind of, I guess because our population is growing super quickly over there, that it still has some greenery, still has some like mountainside with trees, but it's definitely getting quite populated. A small town whenever I was there when I was young to when I was there about 10 years ago. About 10 years ago. I can only imagine what it looks like now. Sleeping in nature. Well, because you are.
This is the first time I have been camping. Before this, I have never done this. It feels very different, and I'm enjoying it.
She said camping. That brought up a memory from my first time camping here. It was awful. It was terrible. Why? Because it was hot and very humid and no air. So it was awful. Like whenever in the morning when we got up and I started talking to most people could not sleep because it's so hot, so humid, and some of them got in the van and went to the beach, and it was so much better there because there was airflow and it was cooler. I was stuck in the camp, and yeah, it was just terrible. First time ever going camping, it was terrible.
It's like super cold here at times, gets very windy. It started with a Guru Puja early in the morning. It was beautiful. Then we did our Shambhavi.
Due to the COVID, we don't have any foreign tourists here. So this time we got you here and we are very happy.
Thank you.
You take the good things from here, Nepal's natural beauty. Very nice to meet you all.
Thank you. Thank you.
And I am the follower of Sadhguru. Okay. Already I had this app, Sadhguru app. I used to listen and I get very much satisfaction. Okay, have a nice time here during this Humla district, okay?
Sadhguru arrived today at 12:30. We were all so happy to see him. And we can't wait to have a satsang with him in the evening.
Welcome to Humla. Welcome to Humla. Your nose is out.
Don't celebrate too much here, come with a stick.
But today I see from my naked eyes. Very happy. Thanks.
Thank you for having us here. Well, because we landed here on a flying machine, we tend to think we're at the beginning of a journey. But we are somewhere 2/3 of the way up already. This is a route where some carried salt upon their shoulders and walked. Some walked carrying Shiva in their heart. Some looked up to Shiva, called for him when they need help. Some lived with him. This is a choice. Whether you pray to the divine, you look up to divine, you worship divine, or you live with it. It's a choice because there is no creation without the play of the source of creation. Every aspect of life includes this. Tomorrow, 7 o'clock, sadhana. Wake up, it's your choice. 6 o'clock, there'll be a drum, okay? Once we are in altitude, time and discipline is very important because sun goes beneath the cloud, suddenly things will change just like that, you can't believe you're in the same place. This is Himalayas. 9 o'clock tomorrow morning on the track, okay?
The campsite is being packed and we are ready for our first hiking in the mountains. I'm very excited, can't wait to go now.
They're all doing well, right?
Yeah, they're all doing well. Yeah, it's great.
Always pilgrim places were set up in high mountains so that by the time you go there, the sense of who I am should be dropped. If dropping is not possible, at least must be reduced. Only then something larger than who you are will become a living reality for you.
The best part is when Sadhguru stops and says hi to all the locals,
And takes pictures.
photos.
Guru, welcome back.
दांत दिखाओ ना दांत दिखाओ ना
दांत है क्या नहीं? दांत है। अरे इतना अच्छा दांत है।
दांत दिखाओ ना
आपका दांत क्या होगा? अब पूरा दुनिया देखेगा।
So many people want to take pictures of him, and here he is stopping and he's taking pictures of everyone and he's giving the kids chocolate.
And a chocolate for all of them.
Just to walk with him and have him guide us, and so like beautiful and touching to see.
You're giving it to me. Thank you very much. Tell her and make the whole world see her.
गुरुजीले सबै दुनियाँलाई फोटो दिखाउँछ
धन्यवाद. So sweet. Nibble dog.
Oh my god, he's so beautiful.
Hey, why is this mountain all the time going up? Haven't we climbed enough? This is not a question either from my mind or my heart, but my poor legs and lungs asking these questions.
Blessing to be following in my Guru's footsteps, though it's physically taxing.
Many mountains
Walked a lot, broke it a few times, but here it is. Nobody got me new feet.
Here in the most luxurious transport vehicle, first class Bolero trunk. We went all the way down the valley and now we're going all the way back up. I don't know where we're going, but I hope we get there soon.
I started first and the car drove 2 kilometers now, but we made it last.
When we came up to the top, it was so worth it because we had this beautiful camp set up for us and there were so many of these gorgeous purple wildflowers. I think they're orchids, and it was just spectacular.
What is your persona is your making. If you lower your persona, or if you can sit here without any sense of your persona, you will see presence will be phenomenal. In a way, spiritual process means rolling back your persona and unleashing your presence. Then you will be surprised how magnificent a life you are.
Sometimes, and I can't help but laugh at I don't know what this person's gonna say, but it says living in tents, that's exciting. It's like, no, it's different. And this is my belief. If you've never done something before, generally speaking, especially if you have a positive attitude towards it, you're gonna be excited about it. Now, about my experience about camping, that doesn't mean I'm not going to go camping again. I just got to make sure that the place we camp at is a lot better than that one. Hot, humid, and no air movement, that is terrible.
Sleeping in the tents, that's exciting. It was a bit rainy, and a bit cold. I was worried before the trip started how I would sleep, how I would be adjusting to the altitude, but feeling good actually. Slept very well. Sadhana in the morning, when we're all doing chanting together, it almost feels like we're just one.
Even during the camping, rapid tests were done for everyone, including the participants, the volunteers, the Sherpas.
I had that done.
ओंकारं बिन्दुसंयुक्तं नित्यं ध्यायन्ति योगिनः कामदं मोक्षदं चैव ओंकाराय नमो नमः। नमन्ति ऋषयो देवाः नमध्य सरसा घनाः नरा नमन्ति देवेशां नकाराय नमः।
When I first went to Kailash, when I saw the humongous nature of what was there, I thought I will spend a few months here and explore this. Well, we did do a few things, particularly when I had a very bad bout of, life-threatening kind of situation. I came here and made use of what was there and just a strand of what was there and got myself well. After that, I thought we will do something, we planned, we will come and camp here for 3 months, we'll do this, do that. As I looked at it, in the past many have tried. One big name is Rishabh Maharishi. Rishabh Maharishi, who's one of the Tirthankars, he thought he must get everything and then give it to the world. Well, as he went deeper into it, he left his body there and became part of it. Like I was just saying for something else, you don't try to wrap your head around that, you don't try to grab it. If you're willing, you allow it to grab you, because that's the only way it works. So whoever made these attempts never came back, because the only way to know it was to become one with it.
Sorry, I was looking because I thought I heard something off to the side there. That was okay. That was that.
We have camped here at a little over 12,000 feet, a small village close by called Dharapuri. Last 24 hours it's been continuous rain. These are incredible places, very remote parts of Nepal. This is an ancient route from Tibet to the Gangetic Plain. It is through this route Tibetans went down to Gangetic Plains, translated the Indian scriptures, whatever they wanted, and brought this back to Tibet. This is how the Tibetan culture is so rife with Buddhism, tantric practices, yogic practices, all a rich mixture of all this. This is because Tibetans took the trouble of going down and translating it to their language and bringing the scriptures back. This whole process was instigated by Padmashambhava, and it is he who really ignited the spiritual spark in the Tibetan culture. And here we are, and today we are trekking further up, going up nearly 2,700 to 2,800 feet today.
Definitely there were days of long trekking, but what we were experiencing, the beauty that we were surrounded with, it just didn't matter.
It's been this beautiful rainy mist all day long, and we've just been chanting and walking behind Sadhguru. He's very fast. We've been a little out of breath, but we're able to keep up pretty well. And now we get to be a little spoiled and take a jeep ride to our next campsite. Waiting for the jeep.
And busy hop, there it is. Hop, there it is. Hop, there it is.
Now we're riding a jeep, as you can tell by the bouncing. It still looks as great as it was walking. Namaskar.
At one point we got to a place, there was a landslide or something happened, there was a lot of heavy rain. Just 15 meters of mud that we just couldn't cross. Every time a jeep would try to go through, it was just getting deeper and deeper into the mud.
In 10-15 minutes we should be clear. I'm just going to roll back a little bit.
What should have been, just initially what the Sherpa said, just 15-20 minutes and we'll get through it, turned out to be, I think, like a 5 or 6 hour wait.
The best thing is everybody walks this side as much as they can. There's one jeep here, we can ferry people. Make sure all the ladies are taken off first because in case it gets dark, we just have another 3.5 hours of sunlight. You got it, no? Okay.
While we were waiting to get the trucks through, we were all singing, we were dancing, we were having an amazing time, and that's just the energy of the place, and Sadhguru and Isha and the people, and yeah, on with the journey.
So finally, we are on our third camp. We are here, continuing our experience.
I will say it's very cool to see people living in these very high places. I don't know how high actually where I lived at. I never really, considered it because, it was never really important. But it was kind of curious, I guess, now to see how high I was living, because I'm curious to how high these people live. I think they said 27 and 2,800 feet from Sadhguru, and I do wonder, like, I guess what do they do? Did they just stay in the village? Did he sometimes go to the city, or what? Or like for me, at least in my place, it was, I'd say probably in my region is probably the biggest city around, and it's probably the biggest city. So I have a feeling everyone kind of came to not necessarily a little part of the city, but the major city, which is usually traffic all the time. But yeah, it's kind of curious as to what their lives are like, how they live lives, what they do on an everyday basis, just to see what, how to say, not their culture necessarily, but it's part of that, but it's what's their daily life like? Excuse me, what they do for fun, what they do on everyday, again, the everyday basis. So different and very interesting. Again, trying to think mine, but
I'm going to take some warm clothes.
that looks really nice. Okay, actually, we're gonna pause it right here in day 8, and I guess let me speak a little bit more about I'm starting to think of my daily life living in the mountains, kind of like this. I think we lived in like a basin. It feels like it's kind of like that. And then we lived in kind of the basin area, and you had to kind of hop over a mountain to go down to other cities and stuff. But I guess my daily life would have been, when I was a child, there, just go to school, play, and that's basically it. I mean, I guess that's probably the children's lives similar to theirs, where they hung out with their relatives and friends. And I do wonder, like, what did the parents do? Again, just really interesting just to see how different of a lifestyle they have compared to just different people. And I'm sure they don't have problems like the first worlds do. And I was thinking of first world problems, which is, it's just so much. Anyways, yeah, this is that scene. It's really cool. I remember, again, when I went back home, I saw the mountaintops, and you saw the clouds kind of rolling over it. I took pictures of it, but I don't have it anymore. So I deleted my Facebook. I think I had it only on Facebook. I didn't keep any physical copies or digital copies elsewhere. But yeah, it was very beautiful. Anyways, that is my reaction to the first part of this, just because I know my computer can't handle an hour-long one. So we're going to continue in part 2. So if you like my content, please consider subscribing, thumbs up, thumbs down below. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next vid.